I feel the female menstrual cycle is a natural occurrence, just like a man urinating or any other person urinating, something that must happen. It's part of the body system and structure.
Well, to me, it's not a taboo. Is something for woman to do. It's not a taboo.
I started at the age of 12.
I started my period at age 12.
I wasn't too scared because I've been taught in school during that period. So when I saw it, I said as a normal thing, though I was happy. Like, wow, I'm now becoming a woman. So I told my stepmother, because it wasn't my son, I was around then. And she was like, congrats, and she advised me on what to do and what not to do at the moment.
Well, I had little enlightenment from my junior secondary school level about what menstruation was all about. But when I started, I was staying with my grandma. I remember that very first day I saw it when I got home. My grandma was singing a song to me that I'm a woman. And I was like looking at her with this kind of look that I was in pain, and she was singing and rejoicing because I'm a woman.
Well, I don't feel having a menstrual cycle should alienate you from every other person, because we are human beings and we are structured to adapt. So there's nothing that is too big or too, in quotes, unavoidable about the menstrual cycle. So you adapt to it, you find ways around it. There will always be a way out. I know for some people and their body system it looks complex, but you can always walk up to one or two people, even during the pain period when the body is not so strong. You can always find a way around.
My menstrual pain are always very, very bad. Many a times when I'm on my menstrual cycle in a month, I used to pray that, oh, it should just be 3 days because it's changed. Many a times I can menstruate for 3-5 days, and when I'm done with my menstruation, I used to just pray that it should come late than the time, because I used to just count it. I'll start looking for what to eat. I used to be very, very cautious of what I drink, what I eat. There was a very particular time I decided I wasn't going to take any soft drink, but I couldn't cope. It's just the pain was just normal, and it was always very, very, very painful. I won't be able to eat. I'm always dull. I might have cold this month. The next month I'll be very hot. I'll look like someone that is sick. I won't be able to walk. I won't be able to eat for that very first day. The second day is always a little bit better than the first day.
When you take something sugary, it causes you pain, and at times it doesn't. And at times I lose appetite, and at times I eat more.
Many females experience painful abdominal cramps with their monthly period. This is also referred to as dysmenorrhea. In most cases, it's a normal occurrence. However, in a few percentage of women, there might be a secondary cause, and that will be you might need investigation at a health facility.
Not really. Pain during menses is pain. That's pain. So, if there is any link between pain, dysmenorrhea and infertility, it should be that thing causing the pain, not the pain itself. Because pain will not prevent ovulation, and if ovulation occurs, fertilization will occur, and pregnancy will occur. So it's not the dysmenorrhea that leads to infertility. It's more of the cause of the dysmenorrhea, in which case could now be endometriosis.
I think menstrual cycle is because of the egg that was not fertilized and then is coming out as blood. So she's fertile because she's menstruating. So I feel if she's not menstruating, then that means the egg there does not exist. So she's not fertile actually to me.
In a month, as a lady, if this is your monthly flow, you should know that there's something wrong. So is it that is it that you're pregnant or you miss it?
Some of them have it for 4 days, some have it for 5 days, some have it for 3 days.
Yes, I remember the very first day I started, I used to menstruate for the 5 days. Then a year after, it reduced to 3 days. Then the following year, I menstruated for the first 3 months of that year, and my menstruation ceased. I was worried. I told my dad about it. We went to hospital. I complained. They did a scan for me. They checked my womb. Everything was okay. According to the doctor, then the doctor said maybe it was because I started at that very early age that it was going to regulate.
Back as a young girl, I kind of noticed that I had irregular menstruation, but I didn't think it was an issue. And it would come and it would go. It would stay for 5 days and off and on. And I never sought medical help.
For every woman, you must menstruate for you to have children. A woman that does not menstruate, there's not how you can have children.
Eventually, I got married. And I tried getting pregnant. It became an issue. 6 months I wasn't pregnant. 1 year I wasn't pregnant. So I realized I had a problem, and it was the worst time of my life, because here I was, a virgin, struggling to have a baby, and it wasn't forthcoming. And of course the pressure was so much on me, but my grace was having a husband who actually stood by me those trying times. So I went to the hospital, and I was placed on several drugs, and I first started doing tests, and then I discovered I had endometriosis. Boom! What was that all about?
Now, endometriosis occurs when cells, uterine cells, that is cells lining the uterus, grow elsewhere aside from inside the uterus. So now, depending on where those cells are located, it can give rise to pain. In fact, pain during menses is one of the classical symptoms of endometriosis. So yes, there's a link between the two. Endometriosis is not the only cause of dysmenorrhea. However, dysmenorrhea is one of the symptoms of endometriosis.
Usually, why we use surgery as our last resort is because if a woman has endometriosis and then you take her in for surgery, you can actually disseminate the implants furthermore and even worsen an infertility problem for her. And so that's why usually we say surgery is like the last resort. But when you have an endometrioma that is so big, that's an ovarian cyst, the endometriosis is actually in the ovary, and then it's so big that it can twist on its own, then the patient needs surgery.
I kept trying to have a baby 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, going for several surgeries. I did everything I could to have a baby. By the time it was the 5th year, I was giving up. I was like, I'm done. I was at that stage where I was tired. I was crying. I was always in tears. I wasn't happy. I wasn't eating well. But after seeing a fertility expert, they concluded that I should try out IVF. And I was wondering if this will work, because I was just tired of all the several tests I had to do. So I summoned up the courage to go for the IVF treatment. Trust me, it's a painful procedure. Trust me, it is terrifying. It is traumatizing. Several tests were done from me, and then I was so frustrated with the whole procedure. But I decided to go through it, telling myself I have hope I will get pregnant. And the good news is IVF worked for me. I got pregnant. I was so excited. I think I cried when I discovered I was pregnant. I was just like, actually, I was just so emotional, and I had the baby, and today I'm a proud mom. And I think the only thing I want to tell every woman that is still, trying to have a baby is never give up, IVF is another procedure. Yes, it's quite expensive, but it is worth it. I went for it, and I have my own testimony right now. I have my baby, so I'm encouraging other women try other options for fertility and see if it works. Never, ever, ever give up.